only going to be live for just a little bit. I believe we're live now, which I'm going to mute myself so I can take the time to.
Well, sounds good. Then I'll kick it off, Guy. Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us for this quick little video snippet. My name is E.R. Wolf. I'm one of the co-founders here at Elify. I'm joined with my partner, Guy Toole, and some friends of Elify here. And we're all having a discussion. And since this is the month of February, this is the month of Valentine's, this is the month of love. Guy, one of the topics that you mentioned to me this morning was really about care, the word care. I know you have some thoughts behind this, but caring about a relationship is so important. Investing in relationships is so important. When you show somebody that you care, one, they're going to receive that in a whole different light. And two, there's a propensity to reciprocate that feeling as well. And this is why it's important to care in the relationships that you're building and creating. This is probably one of the biggest things that I think, Guy, is in a direct alignment with sort of the love philosophy, the abundance mentality, and the idea that if you should give more than you get. Like there's never an expectation in any interaction that I have that I'm looking for more than what I'm putting in. And if both people come into interactions with this mentality of giving more than you take, just imagine what that looks like. If Guy and I are in an interaction and we're both trying to give each other more than we're taking, it's almost like we're trying to one up each other, and that builds and fuels the abundance. And I think the trap, Guy, before I throw this back over to you, the big trap that everybody gets into is that a lot of people see that a lot of people don't care, that they're in it for themselves, that they want to take more than they give, that every interaction is about somebody winning and somebody losing. And the reality is it doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't have to be like that at all. In fact, if you truly have the abundance mentality, it's like I can give freely as much as I can. And in all reality, it's going to be reciprocated back to me tenfold. But if I sit there and my mentality is always take, and we've all met somebody who's like that. I mean, I've had interactions even this year where the interaction is just like that. And so I think that's the biggest thing, guys, is if you reverse that approach and also identify the people who also have that mindset, it's really going to scale what you're doing. So that's the tip that I have for everybody is care, give more than you take. Guy, I'm going to throw it over to you to wrap up this little live.
You know, the amount of relationships that we build and how fast some of those can really take hold is the amount of care and the amount of responsiveness, the amount of communication that's happening. We've experienced so many of these in the last few days that you feel like someone you met for the very first time has become a long lost friend, family member, because the conversation has so much where each one of the people involved is giving and it is learning so much. Was in conversations earlier this week where the individual came in, was a little bit cold, just had a conversation with him. By the end of it, we're talking whole life stories, how everything's going, growing that into multiple meetings scheduled throughout this week and next week with that individual and a network of people that he cares about. And each one of them understand that he's giving more than he's taking, and being able to provide that to his community and expand outside. I know I teased a little bit on Monday, was going to give you the acronym for care. It's communicate. C is communicate. A is accountability. R is your responsiveness. And E is your empathy. That's how all relationships should be. You should care. There's a lot of times we can step out of something and be like, wow, they don't care. Right? Because the communication or the accountability, the empathy that's happening, or maybe they're just not responsive. And it's sad to think that that's probably the way the majority of people are until you build that relationship.
So true.
And that's what we have to do in relationship building, relationship management. Almost it's time to take a priority in our relationships.
Right.
And that's a great thing that's here in our community. I know all of us care. I know we're trying to expand that out to say, hey, let your guard down a little bit. When we start caring and start working together and start listening and understanding and saying that there's solution to people's problems, and I might not be able to solve them all, but I can help in certain areas that may either reduce some struggles that you're experiencing in your business, in your life, in how you're getting information out, how you're perceiving yourself to the rest of the community. It's something that I think we really need to take a hard look at and make sure that in conversations we provide and bring care. So we're going to continue on here in our live over on Zoom. If you're watching this on YouTube and you want to join in, jump on over to the Zoom. And if not, have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.